You wake up shivering before sunrise, your breath turning to fog above a straw mattress crawling with fleas. And somewhere outside, a bell is already ringing because if you do not rise now, your family could go hungry. There is no heating system, no running water, no doctor nearby. This was simply Tuesday for over 90% of people living during the Middle Ages. Peasants rose with the sun, climbing out of bed in near total darkness, because every wasted hour of daylight was an hour they could not afford to lose during the harshest months of the year. Breakfast was usually a piece of coarse bread or a bowl of pottage, a simple stew made from whatever grains the family had managed to preserve through the harvest season. Before anything else, animals needed feeding and the fire needed tending, because letting either one fail could mean disaster for the entire household by nightfall. Winter brought no real pause in labor, only a change in the kind of suffering involved. Fields still needed clearing, firewood needed hauling, and bare hands cracked and bled in the freezing morning air. If you worked land belonging to a lord, a portion of your harvest was already owed to him before your own family ever saw a single bite, no matter how difficult the season had been. There were no painkillers for sore joints, no concept of a sick day. A small infection that seems minor today could spiral into a serious threat within days. When real injury struck, families turned to a local healer, relying on herbal remedies passed through generations and quiet prayer, since formal medical knowledge offered very little more than that. Disease moved through villages with very little warning at all. Poor sanitation and cramped living quarters meant illness could spread quickly from one household to the next within just a matter of days. Children were especially vulnerable to this danger, and historians estimate a significant percentage did not survive their very first year of life in this unforgiving world. At night, families huddled close together around a low hearth fire, sharing body heat as one of the only real defenses against the bitter cold creeping in from outside. Yet life was never only suffering. Festivals, shared harvests, and simple games gave entire communities a real reason to come together and celebrate. Despite everything stacked against them, women carried an enormous, often invisible weight, managing children, cooking, weaving, and farm animals, all while childbirth itself carried very real and serious danger. For serfs specifically, freedom barely existed at all. They were legally bound to the land and to their lord, with most major decisions made entirely by someone above them. And yet, somehow, they endured. Generation after generation, ordinary people carried their families through the brutal cold and safely into another spring. If tonight's story kept you company, let it carry you gently into sleep. Thank you for resting with Sleepy Time Historian, and I'll see you in the next one. A couple of quick variations in case you want a different tone. Softer, sleep-focused. That's where we leave history for tonight. Close your eyes, let the past fade quietly, and rest well. Sleepy Time Historian will be here when you wake. Slightly more energetic for engagement. If you enjoyed drifting through history with me tonight, subscribe so you don't miss the next story. This has been Sleepy Time Historian. Sleep well.